Hello, my friends. How are you? What about your health? Are you okay? Are you ready to start a new lesson today with me? Of course you do. And today we are going to speak about health hazards. Have you ever heard this word? We are going to discuss today about what is a hazard, what is an environmental hazard. Interesting, don't you think so? Hazard is a danger or risk. Hazard. Environmental hazard, of course, is a danger or risk for the environment. Also, we are going to discuss about occupational hazard and health hazard. Occupational hazard is a risk accepted as a consequence of a particular occupation. So, when we speak about firefighters or other dangerous jobs, this is an occupational hazard. Health hazard is a potential source of danger to a person's health. So we discussed about stress as being a hazard for our health, but also drinking, smoking, and using drugs also is another, let's say, group of hazards that can damage our health. When we speak about health, we always speak about our physical health. And today you are going to find out a case of a boy or a girl, you will decide by yourself, that had some health problems. Before we start reading about this boy or girl, you are going to decide, we have to speak about the vocabulary that we are going to encounter while reading. The first word is cerebral. Cerebral means referring to the brain. The next word is concussion. It's a shock to the brain caused by a blow on the head. So usually when we hit our head, we have a concussion. Feeble, weak. If people don't feel well, they feel feeble. Irascible, easily becoming angry. Yes? Okay. Scratch, a slight wound or graze. So usually the cat can scratch our hand or legs. Nightmare, vivid, frightening dream. So if you are dreaming bad, this means that you had a nightmare. And now it's time for us to read. We are going to read the letter, and we should be ready to answer the questions that comes after the letter. Dear mother and father, you know this is a letter from a boy or a girl to his or her parents. Dear mother and father, here I am lying in bed after my operation. I have a metal plate in my left leg. I can't walk at all. I shall have to lie in bed for another 6 weeks or more. But this is not my only problem. I have a moderate cerebral concussion, which makes me feel sick. The sharp headaches keep me sleepless the whole night through. These sleepless nights make me feel feeble and irascible. My lower jaw aches a lot, especially when I eat. My whole body is covered with bruises and scratches. I've got a bad swelling under my right eye. Thank God the oculist who consulted with me yesterday said there was nothing wrong with the eye itself. Believe me, I can hardly remember what happened that day. The only thing that I can recall is that we went to a bar and bought a bottle of vodka. We thought it would make us look older than we were. We started marching down the street to the car, drinking again and smashing everything in our way. We got into the car and it was there that I fell flat on the back seat. I recovered consciousness in hospital. It's like a horrible nightmare. I realize how lucky I was to have received the necessary medical help just in time. It could have been worse. My dears, I am very sorry for not having followed your advice. I just didn't think that drinking could kill people. Sorry for the trouble I have caused you. Hope to see you soon. Love, your son. So, you see that this is a boy who got in troubles. Now it's time for us to answer some questions. The first question is, where does the letter come from? So the letter comes from a hospital, from somebody's son. How badly had the boy been injured? He was badly injured because everything on his body was hurt. What are the consequences of his thoughtless behavior? So he had something wrong with, he had a metal plate in his leg, his jaw was hurting, his head, the brain, everything was damaged, and of course his eyes. What does the boy mean by saying it could have been worse? Of course, they could die in a car accident if they got into the car drinking alcohol. Why can't he remember all the things that happened to him? Of course, because of the alcohol. When people drink a lot of alcohol, it means that they are going to not remember what they did the previous night or the previous day. That's why you should be aware when somebody is proposing you this type of drinking. Avoid them. Now it's time for us to practice, and we are going to speak about words that are connected with hazard. And the task is fill in the correct word. But first, let us see what are the words. The words that we should use are hazardous, genetically, and junk. Hazardous, it means that this is dangerous. Genetically is connected with something that is in our genes. And junk, we speak about junk food that is not healthy for our body. The next group of words are hazard, flavors, and additives. Hazard, we have already discussed that this is a danger or a risk. Flavors are something that describe the taste that we feel while we are eating, and additives are all the components that come or they are combined in our food. Now it's time for us to use these words into the following sentences. I want you to pause this video, think about what word goes with what sentence, and then come back to me and we are going to check together. So, are you ready? Let's check. 2. Food acids are added to make flavors sharper. 3. Flavors are additives that give food a particular taste or smell. 4. Genetically modified food products generate many questions and controversy among consumers. 5. Natural hazards are severe and extreme weather and climate events that occur naturally in all parts of the world. And the last one, biological substances are classified as hazardous due to toxicity. And my dear friends, don't forget that attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Your attitude matters. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day and meet me again the next lesson. Bye bye.